Hello friends, I'm so glad you're able to join us for another Cricut cartridge review. This time around we're going to be reviewing our Campin Critters cartridge. This is a full-size shaped cartridge. This is what the box will look like. There are some really neat features to this cartridge. If you stop on over to my website, you'll also see a picture of the creator of this cartridge, Kurt Jensen. In cartridges past, you would see some information about the designer in the front of the book, and here's my book, and it would say the designer's name on here. The way they've been doing cartridges lately, that information is not in all of the books. But I was fortunate enough to meet him, and I'm so excited to be reviewing this cartridge. So stop on over on the website, that's creativecutter.org, if you want some information about the designer. But on this cartridge, I am going to consider this one an intermediate to advanced cartridge. Now that's not to say that there aren't some basic cuts in this cartridge, but there are some really neat, more advanced techniques in this cartridge that you're going to want to try out. So let me just start by showing you first the back of the box, and I'm going to see if we can zoom in just a little bit so you can get a closer look. The creative features that you're able to get with this cartridge, and I know, I'm sorry, that's not very zoomed in, but you will get layering pieces that will go with the coordinating shapes over here. You will also get a badge feature, a badge layer, a sign feature, and a sign layer. Now let me just show you what that means. And we'll get back to these 3D objects here in just a minute. But I'm going to grab the book here. So here's the cartridge manual. We're going to concentrate on this for just a second before we start any cutting in episode 2 for this series. On the book, you will notice that I've already cleaned out the beginning pages, and for those of you that carry your books with you at different places, you'll want to take out those additional pages. You can just tear off a couple at a time. One thing I do want to point out, that every cartridge does come with a sample project. Now, if you want to get to know what's fun about this cartridge, you'll really quickly want to try out that sample project. A lot of times, it's something that one of the Provo craft designers on the Cricut team has taken the time to create, and they will usually highlight a couple of the creative feature buttons, as they did in this particular case. They've not only done some shapes, but they've also done the sign creative feature. And this is a 12 by 12 layout that you can try out. And then you'll begin with a description of the creative feature buttons. So take a second to look that over, but I'm going to explain to you how those work in this cartridge. So here is the first page of the manual that you're going to actually have shapes to coordinate with. And as you can tell, anybody that's taken my Cricut classes, that I do a numbering system, and each one of the pictures in this corner coordinate with a button on your Cricut keypad layover. And I will number this in a system from 1 to 50 because you have 5 rows of 10 here. And if you number the corner picture, you'll always know which button to press when getting your shapes. I will explain that more on episode 2. But for right now, let's take a look at the book. So here is your beginning image, and I'm going to cut this piece out when we get to cutting in the next part of the series, because it's just adorable. Nothing's cuter than the skunk coming out of the outhouse. I just love this one. But to create that shape, you have the skunk one and the skunk one with the shift. Now remember, on these new cartridges, the shift feature has to be engaged to get the item on the right hand side. So those two will work together to get this piece. And it also has a layer, which will be the white and the green in this section. So that layer applies to this shape, and this layer too also applies to this shape. Right here with the badge and with the badge layer, those work together to create what looks like Boy Scout badges. So this cartridge obviously can't, because of copyright laws, can't do Boy Scout images, but if you have a Boy Scout in the family or some old Boy Scout pictures that you're dying to scrap, you're going to love this cartridge, because you can do some kind of Boy Scout-ish type layouts, cards, and different designs, and you'll really like these. And we're going to try some of these badges. There is also a sign, and as you'll notice on this one, the sign has an opening, so it looks a little bit like a card, so we'll work on doing that. and this sign layer obviously works with this. Now I'm just going to flip through here to give you an idea of what's in this cartridge. It has some adorable camping images. I hope there's not too bad of a glare there. There we go. So, I mean, if you do any kind of outdoor activity, this is going to be the cartridge for you. There's the moose here with the camera, which is going to be great if you have pictures of family members taking pictures on a vacation. This is hilarious. There is a frog with a bug spray, and he's got a little fly there that he's caught. You've got the bear with the spoon and the fork, and a fishing deer. I think he's a deer, yep. And then, you know, the chef, and there's a gopher here with the log. There is backpacking, there's skiing, and let me just flip through some more of these. Guitar playing rabbit, a little bird singing. Notice the Boy Scout, Cub Scout colors there. Bigfoot, love Bigfoot, he's hysterical. There's a squirrel with the lantern on his tail. That's so cute. And again, I'm not even talking about these parts over here, but just check out for the guitar playing rabbit here. You can actually do this acoustic style guitar, which is really awesome. Camp songs are part of the sign layer, and if you've had Girl Scout camp, Boy Scout camp, or just, you know, your family does camp songs, you'll want a cartridge like this. This one is adorable. The porcupine with the roasted marshmallow on a stick is awesome. The raccoon holding the flashlight to his face, hysterical. And I can just flip through here. There's a rabbit in a sleeping bag. This owl is another one that I think I'm going to cut out just to go over some layers. The bat is really cute, the bat with the compass. We're skipping a couple pages here. The first aid bird, the paddle duck, oops, out of frame here, the raccoon on a bike. These are some fun ones that a lot of us can use. The trailer, packing up the car with all the sleeping bags, and then starts a series of animals hiding behind the tree. All of these are adorable. There are different kinds of trees in these, so you don't have to use the entire part. Just using the tree would be adorable. And then there's the grove of trees, and there's a couple of different styles of that in this cartridge. And there's also the lake and the mountains, which for me in Utah is fantastic, but if you've traveled to a mountain lake, that would be great. I love this scene here with the dock on the lake. It's really great. And there's also a desert scene, which is really fantastic. So he's covered a lot of the areas that we vacation, a lot of those fun getaway camping, hiking, sleepover type places. And then at the back of the section, you're going to get into the 3D images. Now, we are going to do the backpack 3D image, but there is this dome tent. Now, again, this is 3D, so it will pop up, and we'll go through the pieces and how to assemble that. The one that we're going to do, here's another tent, but this is the one that I would like to do, is the backpack with the bedroll on the top. And then the final one is a camp journal, which is really fun. Again, that's a 3D item. So if you have campers and you want to make them a journal for a camp trip or a songbook or anything like that, this is going to be a really fun cartridge for you. The back half of the book, now don't be intimidated by this. These are not actual buttons, but these are step-by-step diagrams on how to assemble the 3D images. So we're going to refer to this when we do this backpack bedroll. I know it looks complicated. It really isn't, but this is why I consider this an intermediate to advanced cartridge, because of these 3D objects and because you do have a couple of 1- and 2-step layering projects. Now, there are a lot of basic shapes in here that you can do very easily, and again, those will be the badges and the sign layers, and even these, as you can tell, this is a 3-step layering, 1, 2, and 3. That's what I consider 3-step layering. So we're going to go through some of these shapes, but for now, that was an introductory into camping critters. So I hope you'll join me. So thanks for watching this. We are going to have some more fun as we explore the Camping Critters cartridge. I hope you tune in for the following episodes where we actually make our cuts and start to assemble our layers. So thanks for watching today, and we hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.